In a thrilling matchup at UFC 167, George St. Pierre emerged victorious in a controversial split decision against Johnny Hendricks. The aftermath, however, was far from ordinary. UFC President Dana White, known for his candid remarks, wasted no time expressing his strong disapproval of the decision. Welcome to MMA Mayhem. Subscribe and let's dive in. At the post-fight press conference, White made his feelings crystal clear, labeling the outcome a disgrace and ensuring the attending media were well aware of his sentiments. This heated reaction added fuel to the already fiery debate surrounding the fight's outcome, leaving fans and pundits buzzing with anticipation for what would come next. UFC 167 Post-Fight Press Conference. Post-fight press conferences are known for their intense emotions, often leading to sensationalized statements. UFC President Dana White is no stranger to making headlines with his outspoken remarks, and the aftermath of UFC 167 was no exception. White's passionate response to the decision between George St. Pierre and Johnny Hendricks was nothing short of explosive. Labeling it a robbery may have been an exaggeration, but it showcased his frustration. In a video clip, White didn't hold back, criticizing the Nevada State Athletic Commission and urging the governor to intervene before they allegedly ruined the sport, reminiscent of what he believes happened to boxing. While some argued that White's outburst was over the top, he had valid concerns if the decision truly warranted it, which many contested. What raised eyebrows even more was his argument based on damage, a factor that isn't even part of the unified rules. White's statement about George St. Pierre's condition in the first round only added to the controversy. The impact of White's press conference rant cannot be understated. It grabbed headlines and overshadowed the event itself. The UFC president's scathing attack on the Nevada State Athletic Commission and even the welterweight champion St. Pierre created a buzz that reverberated throughout the sports world. Love him or loathe him, Dana White knows how to command attention and make a lasting impression with his impassioned remarks, ensuring that the aftermath of UFC 167 was anything but forgettable. Dana White doesn't like Bellator or Las Vegas Culinary Union. When given the opportunity to speak his mind, UFC President Dana White rarely holds back, and his recent appearance on UFC Tonight was no exception. In a span of less than 15 minutes, White managed to unleash his fury on multiple targets, showcasing his ability to passionately express his opinions. The interview started with White's well-known disdain for Bellator, a rival promotion. He didn't hold back, labeling Bellator's lawyer as either a moron or a liar in classic White fashion. But he didn't stop there. White turned his sights on Philippe Doman, the CEO of Bellator's parent company Viacom, whom he referred to as a pompous, arrogant clown. As if that wasn't enough, the conversation shifted to the long-standing battle to hold a UFC event in New York. White's frustration boiled over once again as he directed his ire towards the Culinary Union from Las Vegas. In a scathing attack, he labeled them as dirty, stinking gangsters and deemed them the scummiest group of people you could even imagine dealing with. In just a brief interview, Dana White managed to insult and criticize a wide range of individuals and organizations. His colorful choice of adjectives and his unfiltered delivery left no room for ambiguity. Whether you love him or loathe him, White's ability to steer controversy and make headlines is undeniable. This interview was a stark reminder that when it comes to speaking his mind, Dana White is a force to be reckoned with, ensuring that his words resonate long after the interview ends. Dana's 9-minute rant on Steve Mazzagati. In a rare outburst, UFC President Dana White unleashed a passionate and physical rant directed at the Nevada State Athletic Commission and referee Steve Mazzagati. The incident occurred after John Fitch suffered a controversial loss in his World Series of Fighting debut. The controversy stemmed from a late stoppage during Fitch's fight against Josh Burkman. Despite Fitch clearly going limp in a guillotine choke, Mazzagati failed to intervene and end the fight promptly. White's frustration was evident as he expressed his dissatisfaction with Mazzagati's handling of the situation. During a media scrum following a different event, UFC 161, White was asked about the incident and he didn't hold back. In a colorful display of emotion, White referred to Mazzagati as a toolbox and an incompetent fool, punctuating his words with a barrage of expletives. His physical demonstrations added an extra layer of intensity to his impassioned rant. Many people applauded White's justified reaction as he spoke up for the fighters and expressed his frustration with the Athletic Commission's handling of the situation. It was the display of White's unwavering dedication to the sport and his fighters. This unforgettable rant showcased White's fiery personality and his willingness to defend the integrity of the sport. While it may have been a controversial moment, it also served as a reminder of his relentless passion for the sport of mixed martial arts. Dana White blames Jon Jones and Greg Jackson. In a highly emotional turn of events, UFC President Dana White made the tough decision to cancel UFC 151 due to an injury suffered by Dan Henderson and Jon Jones's refusal to fight Chael Sonnen on short notice. However, White's emotions got the better of him as he publicly placed the blame on Jones and his coach Greg Jackson, labeling Jackson as a sport killer. This hasty accusation overshadowed the true circumstances of the event's cancellation. In hindsight, it was revealed that Henderson had been injured 3 weeks prior to the event and failed to inform the UFC. This crucial information, which White was unaware of at the time, puts the blame on Henderson rather than Jones or Jackson. White's outburst and unjustified attack created a media frenzy, drawing more attention to the controversy surrounding UFC 151's cancellation. It also sparked confusion among fans and pundits as the true details of the situation began to emerge. While it's understandable that White was frustrated and disappointed with the turn of events, his emotional response failed to provide a fair assessment of the situation. It serves as a reminder of the high-stakes nature of the fight game and the challenges faced by promoters in managing unexpected circumstances. Ultimately, the cancellation of UFC 151 and the subsequent fallout shed light on the complexities of the sport and the need for careful consideration and communication among all parties involved. Do you want to be a fighter? In a defining moment for Ultimate Fighter, Dana White's impassioned speech played a pivotal role in shaping the inaugural series. With a mix of expletives and raw intensity, White challenged the contestants' resolve and desire to be fighters, tapping into their pride and pushing them to their limits. As White repeatedly posed the question, "Do you want to be an expletive fighter?" the response from each man grew louder and more resolute. The speech ignited a fire within the contestants, reminding them of their true purpose and the sacrifices required to succeed in the sport. The impact of White's speech became evident in the season's unforgettable finale, where Forrest Griffin and Stefan Bonner engaged in a legendary battle. Their remarkable performance captivated audiences and solidified the Ultimate Fighter as a platform for showcasing the grit and determination of aspiring fighters. Looking back, it's clear that White's passionate rant played a significant role in shaping the course of the series. It served as a catalyst for the contestants, motivating them to embrace their warrior spirit and push themselves to new heights. Without White's steering speech, the inaugural season of The Ultimate Fighter may not have reached the same level of intensity and excitement. Thank you for watching. Follow for more.